All right, let's start telling time in second grade, Unit 5, second grade for quick practices. So, for the first couple of lessons, we're not going to actually add anything new. You're just going to review any previously done quick practices that students need additional skill work on. Then we're going to get to lesson 3 to 10, and we're going to review then different ways of telling time. So the first one here, you can read all of the hidden slides here for additional background information. But we're basically going to follow the script on the right-hand side. Boys and girls, count with me while we count the minutes on the clock. And when I point to 5, they're going to put fingers of 5. So I'm going to continue to have kids finger flash. So 5, 10, 15, 20, because we've been doing it when we counted by fives on the 120 chart. We did it when we counted nickels. And so continuing that, I think, is only going to increase your engagement. You don't have to, but it's just a suggestion. So now we're going to count by fives. We count by fives as we point, or the student leader points, all the way until we get to 60. Boys and girls, I'm going to move the hands on the clock to represent a time to the nearest 5 minutes. And so the teacher's going to move, or the student leader is going to move the time, and you, of course, could have it already set up for a certain time. When I drop my hand, or when I say class, then everyone's going to tell me the time. So boys and girls, think about it. What time is it? Think about it. Class, and I'll give them a signal, and they'll say 4:45. And then I'll say, why? And so I might have students turn and talk real quick. Tell your neighbor how you know. I might call on a student. I know because I counted by fives for the hour hand. The hour hand is oh so long. And we'll count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I also saw 45 on the screen. I knew it was pointing to the 9, which meant it was 45. The shorthand was hour, and it was between the 4 and 5. So I know that it's still 4 o'clock. That's what we're looking for. We're just looking to rehearse how we know those times. Did you move the hour hand less than or more than halfway to 5? Where did we move that hour hand? Should it be more than, less than, or I guess just more than or less than? More than or less than halfway. Okay, and so class, and they would say more than halfway, and we're going to defend that. So I want that hour hand more than halfway between the 4 and the 5, because we're past the halfway mark on the clock, which is what we talked about in lesson 2. If we're past the halfway, then we know that we're more than halfway to the next hour. So again, we're going to count on the clock, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way around. I'm going to set the hour and the minute hand. Boys and girls, what time is it? 4:45. Boys and girls, would I move the hour hand more than halfway or less than halfway? Class, more than halfway. Who can defend? Okay, so we'll go through that process, and we're going to type the time. So what is it, boys and girls? 4:45. Then we get to the next slide, and now we're talking about saying the time again to the nearest 5 minutes. So now I'm going to say a time. I'm going to type a time. Let's say for this example, which is what the script tells you, it's 3:10. Okay, so I type a time. Say this time, 3:10. Now you show me this time with your clocks, and everyone would have their paper clocks or their mini clocks. Boys and girls, show me 3:10. Hold it on your chest till you're ready. Class, and everyone would show me their clock. What time is it? 3:10. Boys and girls, when is AM? Midnight to noon. Boys and girls, when is PM? Noon to midnight. If this is 3:10, and so now I can help them by showing that we are going to go from 3:10, and of course you can just draw on your clock poster if you're using the clock poster, or you can use these slides if you prefer. So now we're going to move it to 3:10. All right, so if this is 3:10 a.m., what are you doing? Think about something you might be doing. I might have a turn and talk, or I might say class, have everyone say it at one time, something they could be doing at 3:10 a.m. I might call on one student, sleeping. Boys and girls, if this was 3:10 p.m., what might you be doing? Think about it. Class, turn and talk, or everyone say it, or call on one student. So now you can repeat the activity, changing the time. So you'll do both of those slides repeatedly for 5 minutes. Quick practices for 5 minutes. So if you get done sooner, you're going to go back and do it again with a different time. But you're going to do both of those until your time is up. And then we're going to get to lessons 4 to 10, which all of these are the exact same of what we just saw, but now you can see there's no example on the right-hand side. Your slide is there, but we didn't tell you to do 3:10 or 4:30. Now you come up with the time, or the student leader would come up with the time. I hope that helps. Have fun with